YouTube, how you guys doing? Welcome to Ask iGlaswegian episode 3. Apologies for not airing this last week. I was a little bit occupied elsewhere. But nevertheless, this is a show where I cover your questions, or at least some of your questions, or some questions that I find interesting. There's two ways to ask your questions. Number one is leaving a comment down below in YouTube, in the comment section, and number two is through Twitter. Use the hashtag AskIG, so it's easier for me to kind of, go back to Twitter and just bam and try to locate all the questions you've asked. First question of the week is, do I like fish and chips or chicken and chips? You, sir, do not know a Scot. Fish and chips all the way, 100%. The second question is kind of similar. Do I like pizza or hot dogs better? Pizza, any day of the week. I could literally have pizza in the morning for breakfast, lunch and dinner, and go on the same routine for the next year or two, and that is without exaggeration. Do I hate Microsoft is the next question, and here's, people think just because I own a lot of Mac products or Apple products, shall I say, that I hate Microsoft. No! From my previous videos you've seen, I'm a huge fan of the Xbox 360, and I think Microsoft have, hit the nail with the game side to things. Their software like Microsoft Office, fantastic. On the Windows side, not so good on the Mac side. Again, of course, why would they make it better on the Mac? So software wise they're good, hands down. Console wise they're good. OS, they're catching up, but they are kind of behind, and I find the Mac experience a bit better, but that's a different topic. So no, I don't hate Microsoft. Next question is the MacBook Pro plus an external display a good setup or a good primary machine? Yes, that would be my ideal setup, and I won't lie. Probably next year I'll change my setup and get a redesigned MacBook Pro whenever that happens, and then get an external display, whether that's a 27-inch Apple one. I personally wouldn't want to be paying that much for an Apple cinema display, no matter how nice they are. I'm not willing to pay similar to a MacBook Air 11-inch for a display, But to get back to your question, MacBook Pro plus primary or an external display, great setup, gives the best of both worlds, and I kind of recommend this to quite a lot of people who are saying, should I buy an iMac, should I buy a MacBook Pro? The MacBook Pro plus an external display is a win-win situation. Next question is, do I know where you can get Final Cut Pro X for free? You, sir, are you really serious with that question? Next question is quite interesting. Do I think all Macs in 1 to 2 years time are all going to be solid state, driven? Yes. MacBook Airs took the same step a year ago. We were told by Tim Cook that this is the future of notebooks, at least for Apple. The MacBook Pros came and went this year in February. We were really hoping that there would be some SSD standard configurations, not upgradable or customized, just standard like they are with the MacBook Airs. Nothing. So I'm thinking that's probably down to chip shortages, and that is one of the reasons why the MacBook Airs, if you get one, you'll either get a Samsung drive or a Toshiba drive. I don't think Samsung have the capability of supplying so many chips, hence why Apple are trying to get chips from other manufacturers, and Samsung and Toshiba are the two designated or assigned ones for the MacBook Airs. But yeah, coming back onto your question, once you've used one of these flash drives, it is difficult going back to the traditional hard drives. When I go between the MacBook Air and the iMac, oh boy, can I notice the difference. Next question is, what do I use to create graphics on the Mac? I won't lie, I don't really create graphics. The odd graphic or two that I do create is through Pages, believe it or not. So you're saying, hang on, Pages, graphics, what on earth are you talking about? The only time I use graphics is for annotations or video, my videos on YouTube, the actual placeholder image you see in the sub box when you see my video. And then for Apple Weekly and some videos I like to have a custom graphic on it. So I grab the image from Google Images, and then put it into Pages, and then get the text and any other images and just combine it into Pages and then mess around with that. But to be honest, I'm not really much of a graphic guy. Hopefully someone watching this video is going to recommend you a good one. Next question is, what did I study at university? I studied Business Information Management, and then I went on to do my degree in Business Information Management. Once that was done, I done my Masters in Marketing. I like the business side of things. I just, I'm crazy, you know, some people when they're reading stuff on the bus or on the way to work or uni or college, most of the guys, or at least the bus that I take or used to take, they used to, instead of starting the news from the front side, they would turn on, you know, to the back, and they would just look at the sport news. Whereas me, I would be looking through the business news. I would, you know, it's literally halfway between the newspaper, so I would open it up in the middle page, look at all the business news, see what's happening, you know, who's shutting down, who's opening up, who's making good profits, and just generally, I love the business side of things. And it's one of the reasons why I've kind of gone into my own venture, which is iGear, which is going pretty well. So I'm a huge business fanatic, if that's what you want to call it. Next question is, what is my favourite feature online? Very interesting question. My favourite one probably has to be Launchpad. You know, coming onto Launchpad, especially using the gestures on the MacBook Air, fantastic. Just do that and all your apps that you've downloaded are there. Instead of going into the Finder, applications, and then just scrolling down. It's very iOS-like, even although I don't really want to say that, but it is. It just makes life easier for myself. Mission control would probably second, although if someone were to ask me what is the one downer in terms of line, it has to be Spaces, I would say. I don't know, Spaces to me was just a much more better kind of way to work or assign tasks to, but you know, I'm just going to give it a few more weeks to kind of get used to it. I do like change, you know, I don't want to just stick to one thing. I do like change, and I've seen what they've done with mission control and I can see where they're coming from, but it's just because I'm so used to Spaces for the past few years with Leopard, Snow Leopard, and then kind of I just miss that feature, is what I'm trying to say. What is the one feature from Line that you miss? You might have more than one. Leave them in the comments, it's going to be quite interesting to see. And last but not least, where did I get my intro and outro music from? That is courtesy of Cyrus80. He messaged me about a year to a year and a half ago, and he's like, you know, I watch your YouTube videos and I'd like to do some music work for you. I was like, hey, yeah, because I was sick and tired of iMovie kind of tunes, because every Tom, Dick and Harry, and by that I mean like YouTubers, were kind of using the same stuff from iMovie, so it was just a bit of a change. It was kind of, you know, dedicated, kind of an Apple / Glaswegian mix into it. You've got the Scottish theme, and it was just fantastic. I've been using that for the past few months, and quite a lot of people asked where I got that from. I'll leave a link to his YouTube channel here. He's won quite a lot of awards when it comes to music, and he's doing pretty well for himself. So I'll leave a link to him. He also done the Life in the Day of iGlaswegian music, and if you haven't seen that video, that is probably the single-handedly one of the videos that I spent quite a lot of time on, so it's on the screen as shown. Guys, I hope you liked this Q&A video. I'd like to say a huge thanks to our special guest here in the background. If you've got a question, leave it in the comment below or use the hashtag AskIG on Twitter, and I shall get back to you. Beat the craziest of questions, I will answer it. Guys, I appreciate you sitting through this. If you can check out my new venture, igear.com. If not, if you want to check everything Apple in terms of videos, reviews, tech news, iGlaswegian.com is the one for it. And if you are interested in gameplay / commentaries, then I've also got a gaming channel. I'm kind of grateful for having Machinima on board with what I do, so that's pretty cool. Guys, as always, I will see you guys in another life. Cheers. Looking to send a package at the lowest price possible? Simple. Visit parcelmonkey.co.uk, follow these 4 simple steps, have the package collected from your doorstep, and then sit back and relax.